think there needs to be a guide for people who want to make sure that their case is prosecuted. Like, I think, because the stories that you would hear all the time from a lot of our sex crime detectives would be, well, she made the outcry, she had the kit collected, but when it was assigned to a detective, she doesn't answer or return my phone calls. And that case kind of just goes away. I can't remember how they designate it, like victim uncooperative or something like that. Well, I mean, you've talked to one police officer about it. I mean, I don't know how much information is given to them about what the process looks like, that you're going to have to talk to yet another person. And
Right.
and that you'll probably have to go into this, the police station and talk to them in person, take time off work, find childcare. And so the idea that, like, because they don't answer the phone, or let's say they've moved because they're scared
Yeah.
of where they live and that the person is going to come back, and they don't leave a forwarding address, or they're difficult to get a hold of. There were so many times, we had this really new, eager sex crimes detective. And so he and I were having a conversation about some cases that the previously assigned detective had, designated as victim uncooperative or unable to locate the victim. And he's like, I had 5 minutes of searching their available databases. And he's like, I found her. It's that kind of thing that, like, a victim doesn't understand. They're sabotaging their case by not making that return phone call.
Yeah.
And, I don't think it's because these cases are unfounded. It's not because everybody just loves making up stories and going and getting a SANE kit collected. I mean, there are a couple of frequent flyers that, we would know about that would, allege assaults all the time and whatever. But I think that for most people, like, they want a positive outcome that feels like justice for them. And I don't think they know the process enough to know, even prosecutors, people, they would decline to take cases because they would say things like, she's not a good victim. She's not believable as a witness. She's got a criminal. I mean, and that's why
Yeah.
some of these people
Let a
perpetrate
jury
against.
decide. Let a jury decide. Let a judge decide. Yeah. And I swear it's like perpetrators smell it on them.
Yeah.
And we do have a lot of sexual assault victims that are victimized again.
Yeah.
Somebody else does it to them, and it's like they smell the vulnerability or something.
Yeah.
And and I had one in particular that I thought was like, lady, she
Mm-hmm.
came in and she, had this, it was her new ex-boyfriend, and he came to get some of his things, and she, answered the door in a t-shirt and nothing else. And she made him queso after the supposed sexual assault. It was really weird. And she said, the only reason why I'm here is because he didn't call me the next day. And she flat out said it.
Wow.
But they did a grand jury referral.
Wow.
And this dude, this poor guy, he was just, I saw the interview, he was just blown away. He was like, what?
Yeah.
So that was absolutely consensual. But it goes down to the grand jury, and it was no billed. So he was not indicted, but his life was turned upside down for a while.
Yeah.
And then I had one other where young people, sometimes it's an alibi. If you have a false report, sometimes it's an alibi.
Yes.
For, they skip school,
Right.
but
Somewhere
there's
else,
never, you
they
can
weren't
sniff
supposed to
those
be.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can sniff those out pretty quick. We, but when you have someone because the last thing they want to do is go through the rape kit. It's
Yeah.
awful. It's so invasive and humiliating. It's they don't mean to be,
Right.
but it's a incredibly unpleasant experience. I haven't had one, but I've stood by people, sat with by with them, held their hand while they were getting it done, and it's just awful.
Yeah.
So to go through that, like, it's just to be nonchalant about it. I find that very hard to believe somebody's going to go that far.
Yeah.
They're going to go through all that and they're just lying.
Yeah.
So,
It's it's,
but they don't know, back to what you're saying, they don't, people do not know, they see Law and Order SVU, and you have these, this detectives and prosecutors that are 100% behind you. And yeah,
right.
I don't watch the show, but I watch the old Law and Orders, and, everything goes so fast, and there's only one case that they're talking about. And, it's so entertaining, but
Yeah.
absolutely not even close to how it really works.